This is one of my artists participating in the show Parallels, Richard Valdez, in an interview that is going to be interesting because he's going to be explaining a little bit more about his two sculptures in Parallels in Curated Voice art projects. Richard, how are you?
Hi, good evening.
I just wanted to ask you to talk a little bit about where were you born, where did you grow up, what studies do you have? First, okay. That's the first question.
Yes, my name is Richard Lawrence Valdez. I was born in Wilmington, Delaware in 1961, September. I was born with my mother, who was English. Her name is Lawrence, that's why I have the middle name. In that environment, people only speak English, so when you have to learn Spanish, you have to go to school, you know, to learn Spanish. So that's why I do speak a little Spanish, but I'm not as fluent as I am with English.
I understand.
Okay. I also studied at the, here in Miami, at AI, Miami International University of Art and Design. I just graduated this past June. My major was in visual arts, doing sculptures and paintings and stuff like that, but my main focus and my main strength in art is sculptures.
Very good. Mm-hmm. Richard, I just wanted to ask you about these sculptures. Mm-hmm. Richard has two sculptures in the show, and this one is Tarantula Dragon, which is a very interesting fictional animal that he created in here for us in a very specific techniques. Tell me, what is the purpose, what is the sense of, or your motivation, or what do you want to express with this kind of fictional animal in there?
Well, you're absolutely correct. It is a fictional animal. That's the whole concept in itself. It's a hybrid animal. And it's something that's imaginative, imagination with children as well as young adults. You get the sense of it in a lot of movies that have monsters, that, you know, that something was never seen before, or something that comes, that is an alien being that maybe has come from another planet.
Kind of alien, and also the colors.
And the colors, yeah. The whole concept is that, you know, my sculpture work deals with animals that are exceptionally dangerous, but that's the nature of the predators, because, you know, even though they may be, you know, mean and dangerous, at the same time they're actually very beautiful animals. Like today, some examples would be tigers and lions. I mean, you don't want to go near them because they might eat you, but man has a very strong reflection of respect, not only what the beast is, but in turn of the beauty of the beast as well.
Very interesting, because when you see this sculpture, it means that you are combining, like you say, in a hybrid, two powerful symbolic heraldic animals, which is the dragon.
And then as well as the tarantula.
And tarantula. Explain me, what is the meaning of the dragon for you, and what is the meaning of the tarantula?
I'll go ahead and start with the tarantula part. The tarantula, as everybody knows, is one of the largest spiders in the arachnid family. But at the same time, it is not dangerous to human beings. It is a predator. It, you know, preys on small lizards and whatever in the desert area, and it doesn't cast a web. It lives in a burrow. And what I wanted to do was kind of reflect my tarantula's dragon as a moving creature that can actually crawl with all 8 legs as an arachnid, but also the dragon part reflects on the strength of, you know, that this is a creature that you cannot be reckoned with, that at one point it causes fear, but at the same time creates awe as well.
And it looks like an earthy animal. It goes, you know, through.
Right. It's a hybrid. I used the hybrid concept that one half is a tarantula and then the other half will be the dragon. So it's like a imaginary make-believe animal.
And the dragon also has the sense of the medieval times.
The medieval times also, you know, in different cultures, the dragon is is reflected as a creature that has exceptional strength from the inside and what people believe.
And they use the, you know, like fire to transform
right,
circumstances.
And it's not only just to attack, but also to defend as well.
To defend. So it involves in here the earthy power of the tarantula.
Sure, they can walk around, but at the same time, it can fly. It could fly, yes.
And what are the techniques that you use in here? You have a combination?
Yeah, it's a mixed media. First I started using all ceramic. As you see here, the animal, this is made of ceramic, that's made of ceramic, and even inside the hair, you know, the core of it is made of ceramic. What I did first is that, as you can see, the segments of the legs, I created them separately. That means that they weren't actually part of the real sculpture, and I had them fired separately. The reason for that is that inside these legs have wires, and that's where I was able to create flexibility and movement, and that's why you're able to see the movement in the sculpture, because of the concept of the wires and the segments that I can actually bend and twist and manipulate.
Very good. And also I see the colors. How did you choose these contrasting
colors?
Colors?
Yeah, the magic, that was the whole point. The whole purpose is to create this animal in a magic forte. And how that is that first I actually, when I look online not just how the figure of the animal, but what color I want to pick for it. And in this case, there were, and probably still are, tarantulas that actually are black and red-orange. They're really beautiful. You know, when I saw it, I was, you know, in awe that, you know, how beautiful that creature was. So that's what got me to pick for this tarantula, is the orange and black, and then also in its paws, to define its paws, I used some of the white to define the paws.
Yeah, it looks like a combination of a very powerful animal.
Right, exactly, but at the same time beautiful. The thing is that's the whole concept of my color palette, is to make the animal beautiful. It may be dangerous, but at the same point, very beautiful to look at. And that's what attracts the eye. That's the real secret of an art, is how well it can attract the eye in a moment's notice. I also used, and the eyes are made of glass. So when I was actually sculpting it, I had to make sure that, you know, I have to think ahead to say, okay, I'm going to put these glass eyes on there, because you can't put them as it's fired. So basically what I'm trying to prove is that everything that you see here was planned in my head before I was able to create it.
You have it perfect.
I have a concept that everything that you see here actually came out of my head. The reference, the only reference I used as the dragon is that when I saw Schmog and the Hobbit, you know, that deals with the Lord of the Rings series.
Yes.
So he looks something like that, but there are also different versions of dragons, but that's more or less what stuck in my head, and that's what I was able to create.
So it's also the inspiration of this kind of animal.
Right, how you know, like for example, the twisted of the movement, how he's going to put his tongue out, the teeth, you know, and then also the style of his horns is also important, because even though and also creating this hybrid animal, you have to kind of like make sure that the two creatures can fit comfortably in itself. That when you look at it, this could be a very good and a successful imaginative creature.
Yes, like a kind of unification.
Unification of the animal, correct. That's the whole purpose of my art.
And so also when we see the wings, means that this dragon tarantula can also
fly. It has powers, exactly.
The power of the air.
The power of the air. And to walk on land and stability as well.
Now, Richard, we have this sculpture, which is the scorpion snake. And what is the symbolism that you wanted to put in this ceramic piece? Okay.
First of all, this particular piece is made of solid ceramic. The only thing it also has is just the acrylic paint. So I was able to make everything look more realistic. The wood, and you know, the style of the scorpion, and then you know, using the cobra snake. And I found this one as a reference for color. in websites.
In the website.
This one here is also another hybrid animal. It's a combination of two animals. First you have the scorpion part, and then you have its snake head from the cobra. This is also another imaginative animal. It was, when I constructed this one, it was very important to bring balance and continuity of the animal. Can it fit well? You know, because of its anatomy, and when you have things that work in unison, these are the key things that help attract the eye to any viewer when they look at it, to see if it's feasible, if it's possible, and it is.
And it's again the combination of two powers.
The two powers again.
The power of the snake is the crawling underneath the earth.
Well, also poison, also to bite.
And to bite. Yes.
And to bite, yes.
The two have poison and very mythical animals.
Right, as whereas the scorpion has the power to sting and to take control. The scorpion is more about power and control, whereas the snake deals with the bite behind its, you know, how that phrase goes, there's the power behind its bite. Something like that. I can't remember.
It's just like it gets you in a very mystical way.
Mystical way, yes.
Because the cobra dances hypnotically, you know.
Yes, exactly. The dancing as well, and also the eye control and how it's able to control its prey as it looks at the.
And what is important is that you're using always mythical animals.
Mythical animals
that are connected to mythical powers.
Right.
The millenary collective mentality.
Right.
Of civilization, which is very important into what you want to create in here. Also, the use of ceramics is a new way of understanding the contemporary sculpture.
Contemporary art.
Not only made out of casting bronze or carving wood, but also means that you can be using clay and put it in the oven, using the power of fire for a new concept in the use of
the materials and how it's presented. Because the thing is that what makes these sculptures more unusual compared to other ceramic sculptures is that other ceramic sculptures are more solid. They're more, it's like it's a brick and people were able to carve from it. So you're able to see, you know, maybe figures, but they're stationary inside the brick wall. Whereas this one here is way more open, and how I was able to control the claws and the head and the tail to have free movement, to show free movement.
Yeah, it goes with the very
exactly. This is what makes
movement.
Right. This is what why I consider it to be the most modern contemporary art, is how I'm able to create the movement from ceramic. That's what the difference is.
Very interesting. So
and one more issue is I have a third one coming.
Very good.
This one is going to be one thing I wanted to mention is that each one I do, I get better at. So if people are really impressed with these two, wait till the third one comes.
Very good. Thank you very much, Richard.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming with us, participating in Parallels.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.